Tell us her first name.
My name is Stacia.
And what state are you from?
I'm from Texas.
So we want to jump into your story. People that arrive at Sponaugle Wellness, our patients that come here, often have had a history of suffering and going from doctor to doctor, perhaps trying to look for a diagnosis or treatment. So is it all right if we just kind of find out a little bit about you?
Yes.
When was the last time you felt good? Outside of our treatment, going back in your life, when was the last time you felt whole, complete?
Complete and whole, I would say about 10 years ago.
Okay. Do you remember how these things started affecting you? I mean, even back in high school, that I don't feel normal, or I'm struggling to...
Focus. I mean, I struggled with, I was diagnosed with ADHD when I was about 15. I struggled with focusing, obviously. I had horrible migraines all the time, to the point where when I was a sophomore, I missed so much school that I almost had to retake my sophomore year.
Okay. So let's move past the high school years. Apparently you're married, you've had some children. Let's talk about, when was it the worst? When you look back at all this now, and I know this could almost be painful, but how bad did it get? What was the worst of these years?
I had no emotion at all. I was never happy, never sad. I got to the point where I couldn't even cry. If I was during a point where there was an emotional kind of time in my life where I probably should have been crying, but I couldn't even cry. I had no emotion at all. I had insomnia, and it was every single night I would get panic attacks, and it would be from 1 a.m. to 4 a.m. and it was, I couldn't breathe. I just didn't know who I was anymore. I got to the point where I was so disconnected with life that if something happened, I mean, I just didn't care if something happened to me, or if I took my own life. I had been debating that almost every day. I was literally going insane. Like, I was literally, I was ultra paranoid. I thought that someone was going to kill my family or kill myself. I mean, that was my everyday, just scared to death. Just every day. If I had to go to the grocery store, I'd hurry, get our groceries and come right home. I wouldn't, if there were friends that would call or text, I wouldn't answer their text or phone call, or didn't want anything to do with the rest of the world, just wanted to hide. I knew that something was wrong, and I didn't want to be labeled as bipolar, or that I was psychotic, or, all these huge labels that are just so overwhelming that it's almost like you can't get out of it, But I thought that if I did come here, they could help me. Like, there was a light at the end of the tunnel, and they changed lives. Like, Dr. Sponaugle, I think, for sure saved my life.